Well, hello everybody, and we're back today, and today we're going to play this one more Temur energy list. I apologize again for spamming so much energy over the past few days. It's one last day before we do our store championship, and we're just testing, and this is a list I've found that I like the most so far. Feels like it's a little bit better versus red, and I really think it's fair in the mirror. I believe everything's updated, James. If it's not correct, let me know. The only additions that I would like to make to the deck is I wouldn't mind to see a fourth Vizier in the deck, and I'll probably add one before I play it in paper. Also, wouldn't mind to see a second Nissa or a second Rebuke, but both of those might be a little overkill. And I don't know if I'm going to need these unnatural appetites locally, but it's been doing or the gift stacks have been pretty popular online, so we're going to keep them for the league. Yeah, I really like this list. It's my favorite list so far, though I do feel like Vraska's exceptionally well positioned at the moment. Like, I really want Vraska in my deck, but like, I kind of want to talk myself into this deck because this deck's pretty much everything I want. There's a good chance if I play it tomorrow that like some of these free cards get changed into some of these free cards. But online's a little bit different than my local meta, so I definitely want the appetites online. I think even though we've not been getting paired versus gifts, I have I2 Brutu. I don't know what you're saying. Also, wouldn't mind a 23rd land in the main deck, but like maybe 23 lands doesn't matter if we don't have the Vraskas. Alright, I'm gonna keep this end. It's obviously slow, and we don't really have any of our 7 removal spells, which, as anybody who's watched me stream has said over and over and over and over, I feel like you need one of your 7 removal spells in the majority of your hands in this format. Well, we certainly don't have one either. Hey, Darth Butt and Sean, welcome. I wonder if he's just playing the Grixis list since he second turn hubbed. Probably not. Okay. I'm pretty sure I can count. I'm pretty sure I can count the amount of turn 2 on the play Search Rascantas that I've ever beat on one hand. Especially with a non-mono red deck. Spoiler, I don't have to count very high. Correct. That was our everything. Do have this game, which will probably be pretty good, but I think this hand was good. I'm mulligan probably a little too much in general, though. Mulligan a lot. Harsh Scrutiny. Goodbye, servant. We will miss you. This is kind of an interesting main deck card. So we've drawn like these 3 cards that are practically useless here. You definitely don't have to do that. I was showing off the playmat you gave me to Sean and them the other day. Yeah, I'm just going to play this. Doesn't play around Censor, but there's a good chance he doesn't have Censor anyway. Oh wow, I hit F6. No. Nice, caught it. I hit F6 for some reason. And about didn't play my land. Quick reflexes, Ray, quick reflexes. I am a big playmat fan though. Sean took one from my co-dead hands at Wednesday. Because he's a rude boy. not sure what I want to play here. I don't really want to play the Vizier because if he just has some kind of like removal spell, we get really busted. Also, he could have just like untap and hardcast a Torrential Gearhulk or maybe a Scarab, and I really want to hold up this Essence Scatter for pretty much as long as we can. Like, he's on a 3-turn clock as it is. Is this Glimmerino? No, this is Mill himself. What is he playing? He's playing a Grixis list. He's got double Field of Rune in his list. There's a second Harsh Scrutiny. So I guess he did that to guaranteed flip to search for Azcanta, but killing a land to get a land back doesn't always feel that great. Again, you know, he could have had to do it. A lot of answers to a Scarab at the moment. I'm just going to attack for 5, I think. Goodbye, my friend. I will miss you. If I had one more mana, I think I'm just going to cast a Vizier anyway. He could blow us out, but our clock's really not fast enough, and I don't want him to activate this thing. We still have a commit if he like untaps and plays a Scarab. I did it again, by the way. I pressed F6 before I saw if we drew a land. But fast reflexes, I caught myself. It is late, so I guess I'm just going to play bad the entire time. Because that's 2 massive mistakes I almost already made. Vraska's Contempt. It's a card we are kind of trying to play around last turn. Now we get to take a cold, refreshing drink of this Wawa. Or water. Bantu's Last Reckoning, and we don't have another removal or another creature. JK, we have another creature, we just can't cast it. Alright, well, this game become real bad for us. Would not have guessed that card being in a main deck. You can do it, deck. 1-time land. That's not a land. So we just like have all these cards that aren't really doing anything. Now he's got this thing active. And things are going to get worse and worse the rest of this game. JK. This resolves were feeling pretty solid. Have an Essence Scatter to stop a Gearhulk? Don't have anything to stop a Disallow, though. Yeah, maybe he's got a sensor for this, who knows. Could just be trying to get it out of our hands so he can play a better spell. Spoiler. We have another. We also have double coup. Or we have like coup and friend. I shouldn't say double coup. I'm not gonna play this until we have mana up to protect it with the Essence Scatter. Because I don't want to just get jolly whacked by a Torrential Gearhulk. Yes, I said jolly whacked. Put on bottom and top. Chose not to keep a land, but he has 6 cards and still an Azcanta. Yeah. Hello, friend. Go get him, little servant. Pretty sure that this outcome of this game is not going to go well. Yeah, counterspell it too, I guess. Now that we can't hold up the scatter, we're definitely just going to get rowdy with a Glorybringer. Anything that he resolves through the Glorybringer, we still at least have a Confiscation Coup and his friend. And his friend commit memory. You know he has at least Vraska's Contempt here. It's pretty easy for him to have another Bantu's Reckoning as well. Can't stop coughing. I keep having to mute my mic. Did I really not tap those for red? I wonder what's the chances I'm ever going to use this memory this game. What does he have now? That he has so stellary that he waited on. Guess I'll just go ahead and get rid of that. Means if he uses his Ascanta next turn, it's going forever. And that's appealing to me. Memory has to be better for me than him, right? Because, like, if I ever resolve a Whirler Virtuoso, I get a bunch of counters, and it's going to be hard for him to beat a bunch of counters. Yeah, so he's going to draw a Gearhulk next turn. Wow, I really just cannot stop coughing right now. Not a fan of him drawing a Gearhulk. Could just kill this. Killing this feels pretty good. I don't think I want to steal it because it doesn't attack through the Gearhulk that's in play. And like we know he has another one in his hand. If he didn't have the other one in his hand, or if we didn't know he wasn't like untapping and drawing the other one, stealing it would be sweet. But with the play that we set up right now, he's got to deal with this because our Vizier of the Many Faces copying this actually kills him. So he has to find a way to kill this. This is exerted, and he scooped to this being exerted. Maybe he just saw the Vizier and knew we were going to... just thought we were going to go for it or something? I don't know. Opponent tapped WoW, so... I wasn't happy of how the game progressed one way or the other. I like those. Think I like these. Think I like the. I just want it all. I'm just gonna play all these cards. Submit 75. Go. All right. What cards do I really not want? In the draw, I kinda don't want servants. Obviously don't want Chandra's defeats. He could have Chandra himself. He did show us that there was a red splash in his deck, but I don't think I want magma sprays either. Probably can take some of the braids, but I definitely don't want them all. I definitely don't want the extra vizier. Definitely don't want the River's Rebuke. So 3 more cards would have to be cut. Pretty happy with all of these cards. Maybe it's just more viziers. Viziers copying bristling hydras and stuff feel pretty decent though. He did show Fatal Push, yeah, he used the Fatal Push. Maybe I don't want the full 4 negates. Sweepers is the only things I really want to negate, so I just don't want the braids. I'm just gonna run this. It's a little bit slower. Maybe I don't actually want the appetites, but like the appetites can kill torrential gearhooks, and I'm that afraid of Search for Azcanta. Opponent only activated Search for Azcanta once that game though, and that's where he went wrong. That's where everything went wow 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 for him. We're gonna keep this though, it's not good, but he's already mulliganed. That's a good draw. Probably try to resolve the Rogue Refiner first. If given the opportunity. Well, he's got best card again. Kept on top that time. Harsh Scrutiny. Alright, well, it looks like we're actually casting this one then. Please, no censor. Sideboarded in negate, which is fine with me. We don't have many spells, but that's fine. This game's probably not going to go well. We do have a Harness Lightning, though. He's keeping whatever that one is as well. Guess I'm just going to take 2 damage here and then Harness Lightning at post-combat. I'm just not even going to Harness Lightning at post-combat. Just going to play the Glorybringer and hope that we can kill it. Yeah. We got wrecked. It's going to be hard to beat this card unless we resolve something. We left on top yet again. With each moment he leaves on top, our chances dwindle. So he's literally gotten 0 value out of the Azcanta so far. And he drew a Glimmer, that's pretty bad. What's up, Ace? We will surely draw something at some point. What did he do that time? I wasn't paying attention. Bottom. Yeah, I guess I'll kill this. I guarantee he gets to flip Search for Azcanta next turn. Appetite hits Search for Azcanta and can hit his Torrential Gearhulk, so I think it's fine. If it only hit Search for Azcanta, I probably wouldn't bother, but it can hit the Gearhulks too. We won game 1, so like maybe we'll win this game, but this I was kind of hoping this would be a faster league, and we're already 22 minutes and we're only in game 2. I feel like it's kind of wrong not to get some value out of this. Again, in 2 games so far, he's activated Azcanta 1 time and put like 1 card in the graveyard with it. That card would be insane then. Pretty darn good anyway, but it would be actual insane then. Guess I could have like negated these, but I don't really care enough to negate them. Maybe it's just wrong for me not to negate these spells. I figure we're far enough behind when he has this in play that I need to negate something relevant and not just something to like let him look at a few cards. But maybe that's just wrong. Yante. We've only drawn 2 creatures this game so far. We're going into turn 9. Yep. That's disappointing for sure. Haha! I think it looks like he's going to use Search again. Unless he has like a Gearhulk or something. He just didn't use Search again. He knows our hand. So he wasn't playing around anything, leaving his mana untapped. He's got these in his deck as well. We might have to bring the braids back then. He might just be trying to get me to get this out of my hand so he can play a Scarab God, but not beating a Scarab God anyway. Shouldn't press F6 because I might need to make a 1-1. Alright, so he killed his own dude, so I guess that means he has to have Scarab? If he does have Scarab, hopefully he doesn't have an untapped land. To give us at least one shot to draw the other coup. So Glory. That's not very exciting. I don't even want to steal that. This will prevent 4 damage then. We did draw our 3rd creature though, which was nice. On turn 11. Guess he's just wanting to get it out of our hands so he could play Glory. I don't really know what we could draw here. Probably nothing. Certainly not that. And looks like we're dead. Curious what cards he saw. Don't think I shuffled. This could be dumb if I shuffled. I don't remember if I shuffled or not. I don't think I did, so I kind of want to go look and see what cards he saw. They saw these. Alright. I think I want these back. They're actually pretty decent here. Negate surprisingly don't feel very good versus him. What else doesn't feel very good versus him? He's got Glint in his deck, so maybe I just don't get to care about Ascante anymore. Still like Vizier, I think it's pretty good here. I don't think I'm going to get much use out of that either. I just don't feel like the negates seem like they were very good at all in this match. All he played was like 1-for-1 removal spells and glimmers, and I never really want to negate a glimmer to begin with. Essence Scatters seem fine. He's got Glints, he's got Gaunties, he's got Tarantulas. You have to assume he's got Scarabs in there somewhere. Alright, I want to try this. Not having the Appetites feels really, really wrong to me, but I want something that can get Glint. Alright, we'll play first. Hand's good enough. Certainly have to draw a land in like 2 turns to even have a shot at it, but I don't think I can mulligan a hand this strong. Especially when I have 2 draw steps to hit a land or an attune. If he doesn't have a harsh scrutiny or anything, any land works. But we know my luck with hitting that land. You can do it, deck. Yeah, you kind of did it. Could negate this. I negated one the other day. So random that he would negate that without any like live tails or anything. Sure. It's because you talk too much, though. You give away tails. Yeah, well, we get to start casting stuff. Assume he's got some more counter spells and things. Far enough behind now that I'm not sure that, I'm not sure how much our draw steps matter. He's probably got a removal for this one. Pretty unconcerned with it if he does. It's down to 3 cards, though. I've just assumed one of them could be a Gear Hulk or something. Maybe it's another negate. Two cards now. Alright. We're allowed to have lands someday. Good morning, Mr. Geo. We played a third Glorybringer or something. I don't know. He played poorly the whole game and then he got mad. Just gonna go ahead and play this. He, wasn't using a search for Ascanta or anything. Definitely don't want that, but I'll take this. And we're gonna hope we don't get Gear Hulked, but it's a good chance that we do. Hey, we didn't get Gear Hulked. Opponent could just have nothing, I guess. Kind of what he had game 1. He just did nothing all game 1. I kind of want both of those. Like, I want both of those. Let's see what a brother has now. Can 0 to Nissa to get the Whirler in play if we need, which feels pretty good. Have an Essence Scatter if he ever does draw a creature. Well, it just did nothing the whole game. I only went 3-2 in my event earlier. It's gotta have something here. He's milling me now? But if he'd done that last turn, he could have stopped us from getting the Whirler. I don't know. He has Bantu's Last Reckonings in his deck. Okay. Sure. I want to save enough for a Scarab, so I guess we just need the 2. Alright, so he found a way to use his fetid pool. So only got 1 card in hand? Yeah, I actually never tried Shahar's list. I'm just not going to go for it. I don't feel like I have to. He's only got 1 card in hand, and we have an Essence Scatter and a Harness Lightning. Let's put both of these on the bottom. Next turn, we can be a little aggressive and try to go for the kill. Man, work sucks. You gotta quit that job, man. You gotta stream and let people donate you gurus. I guess he's just dead. Definitely ultimating this next turn. Okay. That's the worst. Those are the best weekends in my opinion. Anyway, this is the list we're on tonight. It was a list that Jabberwocky 5-0'd with a few days ago. And that dude is somebody I like to refer to as a smart cookie. So I wanted to give his list another try. It really felt good the first time I tried it. It still feels really good, but... You're going to start the new year right. An entire year of streaming. Can't miss a day, Gio. You got to stream a minimum of a league a day. So, the brisk 37 minutes, we finished round 1 and began round 2. Opponent is 2-2 playing for the pity chest. Whoa! Will we be the Dream Crushers? Or will he take our 5-0 lives away? I'll keep this in. I have a removal spell. Anybody who's ever watched me stream knows how much I like this removal spell. Actually, just going to lead with this Sheltered Thicket. There's a good chance that I want all of these lands. Scatter's pretty good right now until you get paired versus a Glacial Fortress deck and then they do literal nothing. Which is fun. Interesting time for the Opaz, and it's a minimum of at least a Semi-Mirror. Only double red spells we have is Glorybringer. Only double blue spells we have is these. I guess we'll take the blue to start. Smash. Turn 4, we're going to get to play one of these plus this anyway. Or even turn 3, we could play this and this if we felt like it, but probably not going to feel like that. I don't think it's real good versus the, I don't think it's great. I mean, I think it's fine, but I don't think it's great if they're just Temur. I think it's only really great if they have the black. I think just a removal spell is as good as Essence Scatter if they, or basically as good as Essence Scatter if they're just on Temur. Obviously, like, they get value in Hydras and stuff like that, but Essence Scatter also isn't that good if you're trying to play on curb with them. That's unfortunate. Could have played a Whirl of Virtuoso to stop that, but I'm not actually that afraid of a Chandra, so I am afraid of a Chandra and him having a Whirler Virtuoso as well. Not afraid of just the one, though. That is definitely what seems like the correct decision to me. Pretty sure I'm willing to block here. Another one of these anyway. Could just be wanting to do that because he wants to play like a Whirler and tick up the Torture of Defiance to use a removal spell on one of the Thopters. It's honestly not that bad for us, even if all that does happen. Yeah, the Whirler Virtuoso is what I was really afraid of there. I didn't care too much if he only had, I didn't care too much if he only had Chandra. It was the Whirler that I cared a lot about. Now if he's got a removal spell, I'm gonna cry like a little girl. Attack Chandra with the World. Doesn't have a removal spell, then this is fine again. Is severely punished if he has one. Looks like he has one because he's taking a weird pause here. Can't ever run well. Opponents literally had every card we've asked him not to have this game. While we still have 3 cards in our hand. And we can't kill it next turn either. If he has anything at all. And we just can't kill it if we block. I don't feel like we can let this thing run away with the game, though. Guess we can always draw a removal spell and it's fine again. If he's got a second removal spell, things go terrible for us. Have a lot of good draws. I guess they don't have a removal spell after taking this long to think, so we probably at least get to kill Chandra. No, never mind. He does in fact have the removal spell, and it took him an hour to figure the play out. Wow, that feels like slow road, because that's like a pretty obvious line. Alright. Pretty unfortunate. Vizier's a good draw, though. At this point, he finally has to hit something off that, though, right? So Vizier probably won't be enough. I'll keep running that same play on him, though. If he doesn't add any more energy, I'll double block again. Man, never mind. Instantly adds energy when I say that. He's a pretty big favorite to that turn anyway. Yeah, well, that card doesn't do much. So we finally get to kill Chandra. Yeah, I mean, like, they're always at least okay because you can copy your stuff, but they're not particularly great. So I can double block here and not even kill this thing. I'm just gonna make the Fopter and block. I think it's that important to kill the Chandra. We can buy this back and get another one of these next turn. Like, we have to get the Chandra off the table. Confiscation coup. It's kind of interesting. We're definitely going to go for the Chandra here. Think I'm just viziering back one of these? I don't know. So, could coup this and bank 2 energy. Probably not worth it. I'm just going to get the Whirler back. So this is only bad like if somebody draws Bristling Hydra pretty soon. Keeps this thing at bay. He's actually not even that far ahead of us on the table. If he makes his one cub real big, I can just coup it at some point and start attacking. But I think keeping the coup in our hand to get rid of his biggest threats better for us in general. Well, that was pretty good. Now he gets to attack with both cubs. And he gets to bank a lot of energy now. And we have problems now. I think I'm just going to like chump block the bigger one or the smaller one. And maybe even the bigger one. Yeah, I'm fine with this, I think. He did not make that bigger, so that kind of sucks for us. Another land definitely sucks for us. Alright. Don't really like doing this, but those things are starting to get out of control. So we're kind of like at a stalemate right now, but he has more energy than we do. I think it'll be the next person that draws a really impactful spell probably run away with this game. We're several lands up on him though, so I guess in theory we should draw the spell based on math first. If he attacks with this though, we do have to throw one more copter away at least one turn. You can still make it a 5, so I can't block it with 15. There's a Glorybringer. That does things. Assuming he doesn't have a removal spell. Pretty sure I'm just attacking with everything now and trying to race. Probably gonna leave the copter back to block a turn. Sure. Which means he can double block this, or he can quad block this. I'm fine with either of those things happening, or I wouldn't have made this attack. Hey, he made the one I actually wanted him to make. Glorious. He's got them in his deck too, though. And there's Viziers, so. Yeah, block right here. This thing right here is still kind of a problem. Like, it's a 3-3 right now. As long as it can stop it from becoming a 4-4. Another Vizier would be a great draw, obviously. Rocket science guys, I'm dropping them knowledge bombs on people. Huh. Guess we'll hold back and block. And if he uses the energy, try to throw magma spray on it. That is providing he doesn't get energy somehow on his turn. A lot of ways for him to get the energy, though. Alright, he conceded? Seems like an early place to concede. Definitely seems like an early place to concede, but we will take it. Alright, so the mirror, we definitely want this. We definitely want this. He showed us Glorybringer, or he showed us Chandra. He never showed us a black mana, even though he got an attune fairly late. So I'm going to assume he's on the Glorybringer plan himself, which means I'm going to want some number of Chandra's defeats. Two to three, probably. I only like negates versus the black builds of the deck. I generally don't bring in the negates versus the non-black builds. Similarly, I don't really like the Supreme Will. Don't like servants on the draw. I feel like we have to spend our mana killing their turn to play way too often on the draw. I think I like the rest of the deck. Trying to decide whether if I want this card or not. I think this card's pretty powerful, but I think it's a little worse on the draw than on the play. Also not sure if I want to Braids or Magma Sprays more. Probably want to Braids more. Kind of want this in the deck, though. Not a very good person. Fair. That is not wrong. Could take out a Nissa for like a Whirler Virtuoso, probably. Or a Hydra, but I'm pretty sure this looks pretty decent to me. 3 defeats may be a little bit too many. We'll keep this hand. There's no blue mana, but it's still a party. I have double removal spell, so it's still kind of a party. Opponent has a tune. Should keep out a notepad and see how often I have a tune. I'm not a big fan of negates except versus the black builds. The only card that I want to negate versus the 3-color build is exactly River's Rebuke. Manja, I guess that's how you pronounce your name. I don't find it very fun at all, but a lot of people love it. So, just different strokes for different folks. But like, I don't care about like negating a removal spell. I don't care about negating a planeswalker unless it's like Vraska impactful. So like, River's Rebuke's the only card in the Stone Mirror that I ever want to get rid of. There's an Essence Scatter. If he's playing black mana, we would definitely brought some negates in. No Hydra, please. That's a Hydra. So double blue, double red, double everything. I don't even know how to do that, man. You're already better than me. We have a ton of Hydras and a ton of Viziers, though, so this could end up going well for us. Could be miserable, and we could cry ourselves to sleep at night. Anything that I can kill is definitely worth it at this point, especially a Whirler Virtuoso when he already has 10 banked energy. I feel like we need answers more than we need threats, so. Can chump block with this turn if we need. I mean, I assume he'll have a removal spell, but. Alright, Whirler Virtuoso buys us quite a bit of time. So that's the 2 lands we showed him. Probably just going to take the hit from this now. Now that we've drawn Whirler Virtuoso and can get multiple blockers out. And hopefully be able to start attacking back with the Rogue Refiner a little. These are my plans. My plans will probably not work. Well, I mean, I like Temur, I just don't like the mirror. But the blue-white approach decks and the blue-white Drakehaven decks are my favorite decks to actually play. To, like, physically play the game with. I think both of those decks are very fun, and I think they're underrated. How many times do I have to click it? Thank you. I have to cast a Whirler Virtuoso before I attack here, just in case he has the Essence Scatter. Unless we draw another 3-drop and then we don't have to. We're definitely behind the times at the moment, though, but we have drawn an Essence Scatter now. I assume at this point he at least has a removal spell. Maybe not. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Could go for the super block. I don't think we're going to do all that. Don't think we're going to go for the super block. And we're just going to keep trying to whittle him down. One Thopter at a time with a smile on our face. Little Whirler Virtuoso who could, you can do it! Could have tried to make this Bristling Hydra feel like he's in prison, but who knows, the Warden could have been on his side. Opponent has to have something, right? I'm not just crazy here. Alright, I'm going to save the Glorybringer again. The World Virtuoso gives me blockers for this, and he could have like a Chandra's Defeat or a random removal spell, and I just don't want it to die. Sure. A second removal spell, he gets to get the Whirler. Probably does not have a Chandra's Defeat if he did that. Alright, so Choo Choo whittling him down. All the way we go. Opponent's not drawn. He had a good opening, but then he's just kind of did nothing these last multiple turns. He might not attack this turn. He might get scared. Yep, thought he might get scared there. Alright. It's a 2-turn clock in the air, so we're gonna go for it. Chandra's Defeat's actually a really good draw. I assume he won't have a second removal spell at this point. I think he would have already used it if he did. So he kind of tried to wait out that removal spell. He's got 12 energy though. 12 energy goes a long dang way. Glorybringer doesn't actually change the on board at all. Go ahead and Chandra's Defeat it. So our opponent and I drew pretty similar cards this game. We drew a couple more Essence Scatters, they drew a couple more lands. Actually drew the same amount of lands, I guess. We drew a couple more cards though. Huh? Not really. It's all roughly the same. The deck's fine though. Like I don't dislike the deck. I don't think the mirrors are super challenging. By challenging, I mean I lose a good percentage of them, but I don't feel like no matter how much I've tested or how much I prepare, I don't feel like my win percentage in the mirror changes a great deal. I think it's pretty much always just the same. Whether I play like a base list that completely ignores the mirror or whether I like load up on trying to beat the mirror. Like I feel like my win percentage just stays the same versus the mirror. But we're 2-0 now. Kind of feel bad. We stopped our opponent from getting a pity chest, and now we've got to win 1 out of 3 to acquire our own pity chest. Will we be able to do it? This is probably my favorite build of Temur I've played. That's fair. The Essence Scatters were really good there. Essence Scatters are always really good. Steve Rubin was making the case that Scarab God's not great anymore because Essence Scatter's so good. I've had mixed feelings with Commit. When Commit's been good, it's been one of the better cards in my deck, and when it's been bad, it's been one of the worst cards in my deck. I remember when Huey won Worlds, and I tried his deck. Just every single game, the Commit was just so good. Just doing things that the other cards in my deck couldn't do, giving me avenues to win. Then the next time I played it, it just didn't do anything ever. And then since then, it's been pretty hit or miss. I think I like it. I'm pretty sure I like it, but I don't know for sure. I guess it definitely performed. Oh my god! Oh my god! We got a tune on turn 1. Our opponent also played a basic island, so this isn't the match that you necessarily want in a tune on 1. And he played an opt, so you can pretty much roll out several decks at that point. He's basically probably playing an approach list. We don't have Cubs, so we're a little weaker versus approach lists in general. Don't mind our post-board games. That's unfortunate. Would love to have a Cub here to punish. Let's go ahead and play that. I could have played the Mountain and held up the Magma Spray. That was the technically better play, but wasn't thinking, just wanting to press my button. I think the Rogue Refiner is more useful to us than the Whirler Virtuoso, so I'm probably just going to jam the Whirler Virtuoso next turn. I assume whichever one of these two we play, almost guaranteed gets counterspelled here. Maybe not. Oh, wow. The Whirler survives to live another day. We have drawn 3 pretty dead cards versus them. It's triple ops so far. Top with the search. And he missed his land drop? Oh no, he just waited to the second main phase to play it. Thinks he could be untapping and playing a Fumigate. Not concerned if he is. It's a good deck. I still think it's pretty decent versus Temur, but it's not great versus Temur. Temur is pretty good versus it post board. If you play more counter spells, your percentage would go up versus it, but well, that's a Supreme Will. That's sucky for us. So it's pretty close to flipping this. James here plays like 2 negates in his list. It's definitely not an easy match. That's for sure. Except for blue-white approach, which is the main reason we run more than them. Or more than that. Don't care if he has a Fumigate. We're not going to beat a Fumigate anyway. So I'm not playing around the Fumigate at all. I may play around a Settle or whatever, but I'm definitely not playing around a Fumigate. Just willing to die to Fumigate. Tapped white mana first, so that's a bad sign. It's just an approach then? Sure. This is up to 19. So we make 2 more dudes. It looks like he's just tapping 7 mana, so double approach and the game's over. Yeah. So we become a little better versus him post-board. We definitely want this. We probably want these. We definitely want this, and we definitely want these. So those are the things that we definitely want. Things we definitely don't want. We definitely do not want magma sprays. We definitely do not want the braid. We definitely do not want the viziers, I don't think. And we definitely do not want the confiscation coups. I think the essence scatters are still okay. They're good versus cats, and they're good versus... shoot, I'm about to sneeze, but they're good versus cats and gearhulks. Now, the question is, do I actually want these appetites? Appetites are good for against search, cast out, Ixalan's bindings, the cards that I typically consider the best cards in that deck. Commit's probably not great here. We're just gonna cut 2 of these. I don't think I like commit here. Yeah, I think I'm pretty fine with this. I really don't want double appetite, but I don't think I can mulligan this hand either. Did I really put in a braid back in my deck? Oh my god, I did put in a braid back in my deck. RIP. But hopefully we just won't draw it then. I did not even notice. If he's got Essence Scatter or Essence Scatter's friend, we're just bad shape here. What would that have been? That would have probably been a commit. No, that would have probably been an Essence Scatter. So keep in mind if at some point that an Essence Scatter would have been better than this braid, how it would have worked out for us. Huh. I mean, at least it's not dead. It kills cats, it kills gearhulks. Just doesn't do it nearly as efficiently as I want. I think I just want to play this thing. Don't want to let Nissa get counterspelled here. Wow. That's going to work out great for us. That's going to work out fantastic for us. That was kind of a questionable play. I think I want both of those. Definitely want the Glorybringer first, though. Like how it has 0, but it shows 1 down here because I played it with 1. It's just really awkward. Yeah, well, we know what's on top of our library, so... We definitely don't want you. We definitely do want you. I don't care too much if he has Fumigate. He's not even proven to us that he has another white mana. We're still playing around sensor like this, and it's a 2-turn clock if it resolves. Also, if it doesn't resolve, it's a turn that he can't cast out or anything. So unless he draws something really good this turn, I think that Supreme Will that we have on top of our library will probably lock the game up. But he could have a lot of good things right now. For example, he could just untap and play Regal Caracol or Fumigate. Disappointing. Don't want either of these. Just F6 then. There's some chance that I'm just going to use this Nissa now. Yeah, well. Go ahead and do that, I guess. I certainly don't want that. I'm doing my 10 damage while I can. That puts Gear Hulk as theoretically lethal. Or sorry, not Gear Hulk, Glorybringer, I mean. Yeah, well, this being an Essence Scatter would have been much, much better. Doesn't change anything though, Glorybringer's still lethal. Can you do it, deck? That's not a Glorybringer at all. Definitely can't keep one of those at this point. And I don't want to give him a chance to counterspell this, so. It's turn 8 with a Nissa, and we've still only drawn 3 creatures. Well, it is a tick up for 2 that you can start at basically whatever you want. Yeah, on up you go. 2 more cards to the bottom. At this point, I don't know how many cards we've even put on the bottom, but we've saw 3 creatures in 9 turns. Probably a real bad sign for us if he's using Supreme Will. That'd be so overpowered. Like, this is already pretty busted. Glorybringer would still be lethal if we hadn't made the play mistake and had the Essence Scatter in the deck. I mean, I guess that's fine. Don't really care too much about that. We have another Appetite that I'll probably go ahead and just use. This might be a waste. May not be a waste too. Alright, we'll tick you up. I think we want you, and we don't want you. Let's go ahead and play this guy. Alright, Glimmer's gonna resolve. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that, but Please don't use Field of Ruin. Please, no Field of Ruin. Alright, well, we have to try to protect Nissa. Because Nissa's the only thing we got going for us right now. Don't really like using a counterspell on like a cast out, but this is 2 turns away from being able to win a game. We can still counterspell and approach. Hello, friends. It's the friends and family package there that we just had on top of our deck. The friends and family package. What's this one? A Glimmer? Sure, you can have a Glimmer. I don't think Glimmer does anything here. We're just going to keep how I like to refer to, what I refer to as always working the problem. Right now, the only card we're really worried about is Approach. We're not really even worried about him casting sweepers and things. Especially when we have game-ending Nissa over there. Opponent has 7 life. There's just no way he's going to be able to beat the board and the Nissa at this point. This is like looking for a cast out or something before I just untap and go for it. With 3 mana up, we're certainly going for it. Apparently I can't click these things. There we go. Oh, well, I was going to cast more, but that's okay. So at least our play mistake didn't end up costing us the game. But good call, Rob, on the braid. I did not mean to bring it back in. I think I would rather have Essence Scatter than Commit, but Commit could be a little bit better, at least on the draw. We know that he has cats, though, and I'm pretty worried about cats. I think I'm just going to go with the Essence Scatter like I originally wanted to. Alright, so if we win this game, we get to at least the pity chest. The nice $2.20 profit or whatever. Actually, I think I want to mulligan this hand. I think having double Harness Lightning and opening hands a little bit too much. We don't have the blue mana anyway. Yeah, this hand's bad, but I think it's better than the other hand by a fair margin. Keeping a 5-land hand versus this match, though, feels pretty terrible. JK, I feel like a genius. No, I'm kidding, this hand's still pretty bad. That's unfortunate. Just don't win very many games if your opponent plays turn 2 Search for Azcanta. Especially in slower matches. 2 Hulks on the board, but another Regal Caracol maybe? It's kind of interesting. I don't think that's even good versus me. I mean, it's obviously good versus me when I'm sitting here and I don't even have a green mana. But I don't think it's good versus me overall. So this should help us find our green mana. Spoiler, it didn't. Still want to negate. I think I want the Whirler as well. Probably don't want the Whirler, but the Whirler's just something that I can zero to Chandra or to Nissa to get. When he kills this Nissa with like a cast out or whatever, I'm gonna feel really bad. We're pretty far behind anyway, so. Don't care. What are you going to call if you're getting his intervention? I mean, we have 2 Appetites of Destruction. At some point, we'll turn our energy back on, potentially. We have double negate, so like, he's on a 4-turn clock as it is. And when I say 4-turn clock, I mean, he dies a lot quicker than 4 turns if he doesn't get rid of that Nissa. So we're going to save both of our negates for just anything that messes with this Nissa or messes with the board. We're going to try to win in 3 turns. We're going to do anything we can to try to win in 3 turns. He untaps and plays a Regal Caracol. We're obviously in trouble. I think I'm going to attack first, just in case he has a Settle to Wreckage. I don't want to like scry and then lose them. Hey, Corey B, thank you so much for the auto host. I appreciate it. Scry up again. Actually, kind of want both of those at this point too. Huh. Kind of in a weird spot here. Feel like he's just going to counterspell this if we play it, and then we'd be without creature. So I'm just going to wait for the forest. That's fair. I've never been a fan of it because like right off the bat you go, the first 2 decks you mentioned there are Drake and Approach, which are like binding / cast out decks, and like I just really don't want that card versus decks that are already going to have main deck answers to it that they're not siding out. It's like you're giving them more things to hit or better spots to use their spells. I think he's just not droned them. I assume this is just going to be a fumigate of some kind. Whatever it is, I'm going to negate it. I'll take this thing up. I don't actually want either of these, do I? I don't think I actually want either of these. Still have mana for the negate, so... Bash, and we have a counterspell plus a Nissa for the next game. That's fair. I have not. But then again, my approach deck has both cast outs and bindings, so. So, like, I still have outs to board states like that. I don't know, I've just never been a big fan with it. Like, I've tried cards like Gideon's Intervention and Solemnity, and they've just always underperformed for us. Like, too many things feel like they have to go right for those cards to win. For example, I'm in a spot right now to where, like, my opponent just played Solemnity. And I feel like I still just win, unless he has... I guess he could have Negate plus Settle now? Maybe I just don't go for it then? Put a lot of cards on the bottom of our library that we don't want. I guess it's safe to go for it anyway, right? Even if he has all of that. Like, we still just have this in play. He'd have all of that next turn as well. Huh. I feel like he would just have it next turn as well. I don't think I'm attacking with everything. I think I'm trying to leave enough that wins next turn as well. So I have to leave 2 of those back to be able to technically present lethal on the following turn. Alright, so this beats a cast out and a negate while leaving us lethal for the next turn as well. Yeah, if he's got a negate, he's got a negate. Certainly not going to play around it. Alright, looks like he had it. Well, that's unfortunate for us. Still have a potentially lethal attack. Unfortunately, he can cast Approach of the Second Sons now. I think he just has Approach in his hand, because I don't think you'd get rid of Cast Out many other ways. Feels like he pretty much has to have Approach. Or maybe a second Settle. This is kind of interesting again. So he got rid of a Cast Out, so he has something. Guess we're going to attack first then. We're just going to attack with the team. See what happens here. Hopefully it's not Gear Hulk. Gear Hulk's the one we're wanting to dodge the most. If he just has a second Settle, that's fine. Obviously not great, but it's fine. I'll have to get to my next main phase. Up we go. Using Search for Azcanta. Don't care about Glimmer. Probably shouldn't give us this extra information. Put that on bottom and that on top. Go ahead and play it now. He could have a 40 or a bunch of different things. Didn't really want to minus the Nissa there, but it felt like the better play. It made him have to have 2 things on back-to-back turns. We know he has a Glimmer in his hand. We know we're drawing a Supreme Will. We're drawing in the gate too. Hey Neo, what's up, man? If he just has a way to kill this, we're not that worried about it. We care more about the Nissa. The Nissa can win the game on its own if we can protect it with our 2 counter spells. So we know he has a Glimmer and he has a Ascanta, so he basically can do whatever he wants. It also gives him 10 mana, so he can pay for a Supreme Will. Bottom. That's a good sign, I guess. These games have been pretty interesting and pretty fun. Another Solemnity. Definitely don't care about that at all. See what our opponent has here. There's that card that we know about. Oh, an Impulse with the Supreme Will. That is wonderful for us. Just wonderful. So we don't have to worry about Cat. Cat doesn't do anything to Glorybringer. And we know we're drawing in the gate, so we have 2 counter spells next turn. It's pretty strong. Alright. Let's do this. If he somehow beats the Glorybringer this turn, we have an ultimate on Nissa for the following turn as well. I think it's hard for him to beat the Glorybringer here. He tapped double white, so I'm guessing this is a settle. So I'm just going to go for the kill. I have a Supreme Will for any other spell that he may have. I'm very close to cutting Gideon out of my blue-white approach decks. It's been the least performing card in my blue-white approach deck, I think. I'm down to 1 right now, and I'm thinking it's going to become it's probably going to become either another Disallow, another Farm to Market, or sorry, another Disallow, a Farm to Market, another Supreme Will, another Effer Meltdown, another Opt, are all cards that I'm interested in testing in its spot. Alright, so we got the pity chest. We just cast our creatures. Creatures still attack even if they don't get everything else. I won't say it's trash. Like, it certainly does things. It made that game very difficult, but like, I don't think it's good enough. I would rather just have another Wrath. I'd rather have the 8th Wrath, or the 7th Wrath, or the 6th Wrath. We don't know how many Wrath of God effects he was playing. I'd rather have like an Hours of Revelation. We did draw 3 negates, but keep in mind that we scryed at least. Let's see, we used our scry at least 7 times, so we saw close to half of our deck, if not more. But yeah, no, I mean, obviously we got a little lucky. I think this hand's a keep. But I'd just play another Wrath of God effect personally before I'd play Solemnity. Though I do think, like, Solemnity's not a bad card. I'm not trying to call it a bad card, just I don't think it's quite good enough. So that's pretty close to mulliganing this hand. It just doesn't have enough action, and these Magma Sprays aren't always good. There's like some decks that they're really bad versus. Opponent led with a plains. Most of the plains decks also have blue in them, and this hand's obviously not good versus a blue deck. Adorned Pouncer. Yeah, well, we got lucky and got something that the Magma Spray was good versus. Go ahead and play this one, so we can start at least going to the air for 2 a turn. That's just my personal opinion. Like, I've tried the card in a few decks, and it's just never performed well for me. And cycle this to start the turn. See what we end up with. We end up with nothing. Yes, I called a Rogue Refiner nothing. Rogue Refiner's actually really good. I'm pretty excited to have gotten it there. Most of these cat/champion decks have some Wrath of God type effects in them as well. Oh, what'd you do? So, blue, green, colorless. Go ahead and play this one. Yeah, no, we have to get our Saturday stream in kind of early because we're going to be out of pocket for most of tomorrow. We're going to a paper tournament tomorrow day, so this is really the only time to get it in. This match is really hard, by the way. Like, this is not a very easy match. Ban the circle. Nice. That does sound sweet. Yeah, or we're just gonna keep attacking with these Fopters. Forever! Kinda wanna block the Adorned Pouncer and then just like Confiscation Coup the thing if he buys it back. It's probably what I'm going to do. If worst case scenario, it gives us another Fopter. He doesn't have anything else to do. Okay, never mind. He apparently has better things to do. This gives us another Fopter. These Fopters are getting mad. I can imagine. He's like, what? What are you doing, friend? Champion of Wits is really good here. Because it's probably going to find him something. And it makes the Confiscation Coup even worse. Put another Champion of Wits in his graveyard as well. At this point, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to go ahead and do this. I hope he doesn't have a Fumigate and that we can end the game with those things. It doesn't necessarily change the clock on board, however, it does give us the ability to like beat another champion of the Wits. Yeah, it looks like he's the blue-white Eternalized deck, so as long as he doesn't draw Anointed Procession, that's pretty okay for us. There's the Fumigate that I was afraid of. Probably jumped the gun on playing the coup. Because I probably should have kept the Harness Lightning to kill the first blocker. But these decks are super hard to beat. Drake's a good deck. You couldn't be blamed for playing Drake. You definitely can never be blamed for playing Drake. Drake does tons of work. This match doesn't get much better for us post-board either. Angel of Invention. That's unfortunate. I was kind of hoping he didn't have those in his main deck. But we're not that lucky. This should be in all of their main decks, but for some reason it's not in some of them. I personally think you should stick to blue-white, but my buddy Brian, who has more experience with the deck than me, thinks that the black sideboard plans are worth it. Alright, well. I really can't Manja. It's 2:30 a.m. my time, and I've got to get on the road at about 11 my time, and I've not showered, ate, slept, or anything. So like, I'm pretty hurt on time as it is. But I can do it tomorrow night, if that counts for anything at all. I can put Drake on the plate for tomorrow night. This game's pretty much over at this point. I'm just kind of like looking to see what else is in his deck. I pressed F6 so he could even take the Hydra if he felt like it. Oh, what's up for grabs today? We could draw like multiple Glory Bringers in a row and still steal this game, but I think our odds of stealing this game are pretty low. But never say never. Just never. Because when you say never, that's like, you know, the end of it. You've said never. This is a match that Scarab's very good in. Don't really want to attack on the ground. If I attack, he just gets stuff back. Oh, he's got a Hostile Desert too. He's got Settled Wreckages in his deck. He's got Ixalan's Bindings. There's another Adorned Pouncer. I think I'm actually just going to take this. Well, neither of those helped. But we do have a chump blocker for next turn. What type of mono black build are you playing? And also words. Words. Like what are those juicy prizes? This will just take 16. Pretty dead anyway. Oh yeah, this okay, fair enough. Your store championship, yeah. To be completely honest, James, I forgot this was a 4-4 champion. I'm just good. I completely forgot this was a 4-4 champion. That would have definitely been a lot better play. Yeah, so we're dead. Let's draw our last card and see how much it could have mattered. So, I don't know, maybe it would have changed something. Probably not. Alright, well we got smashed pretty hard. So, this seems pretty good versus them. This seems good versus them. But yeah, no, I absolutely forgot. Good call. I'll have to pay more attention to that. They don't attack very well, so I feel like we can get a lot of value out of this. Killing their creatures doesn't seem particularly useful. I think I like negates. I don't think Confiscation Coups is real great here either. Huh. Is it bad that I just don't want Harness Lightnings? I just don't want to kill any creature that they ever play? It has to be terrible, right? Alright. I'll try anything. Are you talking to me or somebody else, Blade Ogre? This hand was almost keepable. It was actually almost really good. Okay, we'll keep this one. It's not particularly great. We have to keep the land as well. If you're talking about the Cav event, it starts at 1. Oh, well. We've got a decent attacking crew. If we draw an untapped land, we can try to get Glorybringer on the table before he can really fumigate, which is really good for us because the negate protects things. You can do it, deck. One time, untapped land. Untapped land doesn't win, by the way. It just gives us a fair shot without the untapped land. It's pretty hard for us to even try. As close as we can get without going over. Murph, that is also what we're doing. Our local game store is not having one either, so we drove an hour to play one Wednesday, and we're driving another hour to play one tomorrow. This one, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to attack him for 5 and hold up both of my counter spells. I don't want to just die to Fumigate. I'm almost willing to lay home settle me. Actually, I think I am willing to lay home settle me. I want the lands bad enough that I'm willing to allow that. Man, I'm a playmat junkie, man. I'll do anything for it. Man, 50 minutes each way on the type of roads we live on is not a nice trip. It's torture. Torture, I say. Alright. Please no Essence Scatter. Yeah. I think I have to counter it even though I don't want to. Luckily, if it's just Angel of Invention, we have Vizier. And if it's Ixalan's Binding, we have Appetite. The one that we have to be worried about, obviously, is Fumigate. Kinda just want to use this Vizier here. And put him at 3. Probably not worth it. I don't know, it's probably fine. It means Angel of Invention doesn't do anything and he has to actually have removal spells. Like a sweeper or something. If he has a sweeper, we can at least play the Bristling Hydra. The bad thing about the Bristling Hydra is, and also the good thing about it is, he can buy back the Champion of Wits this turn. But if he chooses to do that, that means we get to use a Champion of Wits ourselves. Fair enough. Oh, I didn't even see that in his graveyard. Well, that's disappointing. I did not notice him put that in his graveyard. Well, that's what I call a problem. It's not a horrible problem, though, because of this thing. It's a pretty bad problem. Gives us enough energy, though, that we can still attack. It's obviously not good, though. Fumigate. Well, that's kind of weird. We don't really even have much legacy here, and very little modern. Alright. I guess we just die now. I think we left Confiscation Coup in? Nope, we did not leave Confiscation Coup in. So, like, Vizier's our best draw? Still have one more Vizier in our deck? Glorybringer's not bad either. Ooh. That card's kind of cool. Huh. Guess we make it 5 to play around Angel of Sanctions? Get some value out of the thing? I don't want either of those cards. We're grasping at straws here, though. There's not a lot we can really do. He's got he's got multiple Adorning Pouncers in his graveyard now and everything. Like, we really have to draw, like, Glorybringer, Vizier, and that's to even have a chance. He's got more Champion of Wits in his graveyard as well. Getting ready to put even more cards in his graveyard. At least it wasn't another creature this time. You can do it, deck. That's not doing it. Ah, good old Nissa. What you got going for us? At least we'll never draw these 2 lands this turn. Put an island on top, or put an island on bottom, but it's the only other island in the deck, so at least we can't draw it. Take care, Neo. Good luck at your event, man. Doing Pouncer, smash us. Pretty quick clock. The Glorybringer Dream's still around, though. It's probably not around, by the way. He probably has Essence Scatters. So I have to chump here pretty much. Because this puts us down to 10. He can buy back another cat. I don't think I have a card or deck. I guess we could draw Vizier into something. It's like literally the only thing we can do. Glorybringer itself doesn't do anything, because even if it resolves and kills this, we still die. But we'll play it because Trogdor. And like I said, he probably has Essence Scatter at this point anyway. GG, opponent. Alright. One more round to decide whether we 4-0 or we unfortunately just go down to the old 3-2. Does feel good to have already locked up the PD chest, though. Go ahead and jump right into the game. Be famished. Pretty excited to get food after this. I'll keep this hand because we're on the draw. Keep opponent mulliganed. PTQ. I hope it goes real well for you, man. Make sure you come and let us know. Opponent put on top of the library, so even though he's on 6 cards, his hand's very likely better than ours. JK, our hand's great. No, in all reality, things could go very bad very quickly this hand. Don't have a removal spell to kill his dude. Hand's very powerful though. If he just untaps and plays Chandra, we are not happy, to say the least. That seems like my luck. I think I want to block here. We're not really excelling into anything anyway, and we have a great 3-drop and multiple great 4-drops. I just don't want him to get out ahead of us on mana. If he'd had a Bristling Hydra or a Chandra, I feel like he would have played it that turn. Now this time I'm actually not going to block because we already have a Magma Spray with nothing to do with it. Also, I wouldn't mind a Vizier one of these. Guess I'm just going to play the Hydra and the Hydra then. I feel like opponent would take this block. I think he almost has to take that block. So there's a Chandra. So unless he has Whirler Virtuoso, he can't protect it. And of course he has Whirler Virtuoso. Because they always have Whirler Virtuoso. They never don't have Whirler Virtuoso. Alright, this is free. So if I attack, this thing can get up to 6 toughness. We're probably likely just to put a thing in front of it. I think I'm fine with just attacking with it. If he wants to trade it for a bunch of things, like he's got the choice to try. We also have a Harness Lightning and a Magma Spray. Most of these decks are playing one of these, so I'm not sure how our opponents constantly had on turn 5 this plus this. Pretty close to literally every game. Still think we're in okay shape this game, though. Have the double Abyss in play. This does a lot of work. And we can Confiscation Coup this next turn. Or if we decide we can just like Vizier it and use a Magma Spray on something. Probably more likely to Vizier it, but it depends on what he plays and things. I might coup it. Like, getting this off the board seems pretty important. Yeah, it doesn't look like we can Vizier it this turn then. JK. We still have that opportunity. Alright, well we have to kill this first or we can't even attack. So you can make 2 more tokens here. Yeah, we have to play it this time. We'll play it pre-combat because, again, it gives us more energy to potentially do things. Take this one this time. That puts us up to 15 energy, so we can make 5 tokens, so it's pretty hard for him to get to Chandra Ultimate. We could just throw away 6 more energy here, but this thing is going to do a lot. I know he's got a Chandra on 6, but I feel like I'm ahead currently. Still thinking about his blocks. By the way, for anybody new, I do stream every single day, and there's a link to my YouTube down below where we post almost all of our past streams. For anybody who cares. I do get better at advertising, because advertising is the best. I like having people to talk to. You might do like some funky combination blocks now just to try to get energy down for the Whirler. You might gang block a Hydra or something. Probably wouldn't even try to save it if he did. I guess if I only have to spend 3 energy, it's fine saving it because I have an attacker either way this way. He uses like a Magma Spray on the other Hydra, I would have to save it as well. It's kind of a weird block. Okay, there's the swamp, and he has a servant, so that pretty much is telegraphing to us that he has scarabs in his deck. So we're probably going to be very, very relaxed on how we use this Confiscation Coup then. It's 5 mana, and it's a Vraska. Just more problems. Always more problems. I don't think we can kill both of those. I don't think we can kill a Vraska right now either. So how do we beat Vraska? I know I'm just making 5 tokens. That part's easy. Or sorry, 4 tokens. That part's easy. Yeah, well that made things a lot easier. We get to keep the Confiscation Coup now, and we get to kill his team. He does get to make one more blocker, which causes lots of problems. Guess I want to kill that too. Alright, so he's done now. I don't know if I would have conceded in that spot to him. Scarab's still pretty good there and could have potentially come back there. Especially when we didn't have mana to save either of these. Because, like, first of all, we have to deal some damage to that. So at least 2 of these would have to go to that. Which means the rest probably go at that, and he can block and take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we probably killed a Vraska. But, like, next turn he could minus on a Hydra, and if he just has, like, Scarab, he's not in that awful a shape. He's still at 20 life. We're, got a pretty good board. But that feels like a premature concession. Anyway, so we know we like River's Rebuke versus them. We know we like some number of negates, probably not all of them. We know we like Vizier. We're on the draw, so we probably don't want Servants on the draw. We're typically using one of our removal spells on their turn. I've kind of liked the Braids on the draw. Kind of like Chandra's Defeats as well. Get these out of the deck and see what we're looking at here. Don't think that I want this card, though it does do some things. Definitely don't think I want all of the negates. I want some number of them, but I don't think I want all of them. Maybe I don't want the extra braid. Maybe 5's enough. Maybe 5's too many even. Could just want the Supreme Will over the other braid. Yeah, let's try the Supreme Will. I like the idea of the Supreme Will. I've been wanting a second River's Rebuke in these decks. Hand's pretty strong. We'll keep it. Opponent's already mulliganed. If he gets, you know, like Servant into a 4-drop, we're gonna struggle, but other than that, our hand feels pretty good. We've got double Virtuoso, which I put a high stock on in these matches. I put a higher stock on it than most people. Like, I definitely want to draw 1 every game, and I often want to draw 2. And I'm rarely sad if I draw 3. So, Lone Tusk Cub. Not the biggest fan of Lone Tusk Cub. Not playing the Tuna Pfeffer here because I think it's worth trying to scatter anything he plays. And we have an extra mana on turn 4 anyway if we just like Virtuoso this turn, Virtuoso next turn. I think it's worth it to counterspell literally anything here because we know our mana is going to be tied up for probably the next 5 turns. actually think I'm going to go ahead and use this on this now. So if I'm going to use this on this now, I have 2 blue, 2 red. There's more of a chance I'm going to want the blue in a little bit. It's down to 3 cards in his hand. But the cards in this match are real swingy, so just because he's down to 3 cards, like, a couple Whirler Virtuosos or a couple Planeswalkers can still shift these games pretty easily. We will make a Fopter here, even if he has a removal spell. The opponent missed land. That was real good for us, but that means all of the cards in his hand are probably great. We'll try to get some value out of the Whirler Virtuoso, so I'll probably save it. Or sorry, some value out of the Glorybringer, so I'll probably save it. And play it. I'm casting a land. It's better to do it like this. Probably save it to where we can try to kill like a Rogue Refiner or something with it. Maybe his own Whirler Virtuoso, who knows? If he doesn't play anything, there's a good chance that I just slam it now. If he had a removal spell, I feel like he would already killed the Whirler Virtuoso. Nah, never mind. Found something better to play. The opponent's not really fighting back. Oh, good draw for the Rogue Refiner, Vin. I think I'll still attune. Grab the... I'm just gonna grab a red. There's some percentage chance that I want to play the Glorybringer and the Chandra's Defeat on a turn. So Rogue Refiner, so now we'll finally probably play the Glorybringer. Definitely playing the Glorybringer now. If he'd left a red mana up, we may not have. Gonna hold this land in our hand just in case we want to use the Chandra's Defeat. That's about half his life total, so it's probably somewhere in the concession range. He conceded last game. I can't imagine he's not conceding that game. Yeah, so we got a nice 4-1. We beat some... shoot, let me pop the deck up. We beat a blue-white approach deck tonight. We beat a couple of Temur decks, and we lost to... we beat a Grixis deck, though we didn't actually see what the red in his deck was for. Could just been a blue-black deck splashing for Bolas. But yeah, that's what we beat. So we beat 2 Temur decks, one that had black, one that didn't. Sorry, 2 energy decks, one that had black, one that didn't. We beat one, blue-black deck that had some kind of splash for red. We saw red mana, but we didn't see anything else. And then we beat a blue-white approach deck that actually resolved Solemnity on us that kind of gave us a bit of a worry. And we got crushed by blue-white Eternalize. Blue-white Eternalize is pretty good versus this deck, but I feel like it's kind of medium about other decks. Or kind of medium versus other decks. But anyway, that's definitely going to do it for us tonight. Make sure to give us a follow if you like what you saw. Make sure to follow the links below the stream to the Twitter and the Twitch. And we're quickly going to see if we can find somebody to host. Calcano's streaming. Says a bit of standard and maybe some sealed, but maybe some sealed if he runs good. But he's definitely cube drafting. Again, I'm going to look and see if we can find a standard player first. That's fair. Yeah, I mean, the game that he negated our attune, whew, we were hurting pretty hard there. All right, so I don't see anybody that actually don't see anybody playing standards, so I'm just gonna go host Christian Calcano. Take care, everybody, and good luck at your store championships that you're going to this weekend. Hopefully, I'll run well in mine. But take care, everybody. I appreciate you guys all stopping by. And Murph, keep harassing Al because he loves to complain. Take care, everybody, and thanks for stopping by.